You need to get a job, not helping my mom with a rotator cuff for 2.5 years. Producing, it's not doing it for you. You need a real job.
What happens when a 28-year-old with no job, no direction, and nothing but excuses walks into court for a theft charge he didn't even bother showing up for? Today's case is less about crime and more about a judge delivering one of the most brutally honest life interventions you'll ever witness. Mr. Oanu is facing theft charges for skip scanning at Walmart, but that's just the surface. When the judge starts asking about his life, what comes out is a portrait of wasted potential. For years without a real job, helping mom with her rotator cuff, dabbling in music production, and talking about becoming an entrepreneur while accomplishing nothing. This judge is about to lay down some hard truths about what happens when you float through your 20s with no plan. And trust me, it's going to hit hard. Let's get into it.
Mr. Ozonu, you are charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Have we done probable cause on this?
Yes, Judge. He was set for THA.
Okay. Do you have a lawyer today?
No.
What are you doing about that?
I was told that I would get a court appointed lawyer.
Who told you this?
I guess some relatives.
Really?
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Can I have the cause number for this? I'm sorry.
It's 252-3331. You now have a warrant for your arrest. Tell me why I shouldn't take you into custody right now. You failed to appear when you're supposed to be here.
I was out of a way to get here, out of a phone at the moment. Also, I couldn't contact anybody after actually asking to use someone's charger to actually bring my tools to put my flat tire on. So I said I actually had to call somebody to, like, I had to get my charger, call somebody, get a charger from a stranger, to call my brother to bring my tools to replace my flat tire on that day. And also I called afterwards to maybe call and see what I could do. I called the first.
This isn't where you get the call to change a court date or do whatever.
No. To get information on what to do next. I didn't know what to do next. I've never been in a situation like this.
Did you catch all that? That was an avalanche of excuses. Flat tire, dead phone, borrowed charger, brother bringing tools, calling for information. Look, things happen. Life gets in the way sometimes. But here's the thing. When you have a court date, you make it happen. Period. You figure it out beforehand. You charge your phone the night before. You check your tires. You have a backup plan. The judge isn't buying any of this. And honestly, neither should we. Notice how he says he called afterwards to see what he could do. But he didn't show up or call before the hearing to explain. That's not being responsible. That's damage control after you've already failed. And now, there's a warrant for his arrest.
I advise you what you need to do. You need to hire a lawyer. You're facing a very serious theft charge that can have dire and lifelong consequences on you.
Your Honor, if I may just kind of put it there, I'm not supposed to be here at all. I'm really not. So you're iterating that it's serious that I get it. No problem, I will. But I really am not supposed to be in this situation right now.
Picked up a theft case.
Yeah.
Where was it from?
Walmart.
What was he doing? Skip scanning?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you allegedly skip scan and take allegedly from Walmart, you pick up a theft case. And once you get a theft case, it can really harm you in so many collateral ways where you'll have problems getting an apartment, getting a loan for a car. You'll have problems getting a job because people don't hire thieves, right? You want to apply for schooling, it's going to bar you, it's going to hurt you.
This is the part most people don't understand about theft charges. The judge is breaking down what lawyers call collateral consequences, the ripple effects that go far beyond any jail time or fine. A theft conviction can follow you for life. Want to rent an apartment? Landlords run background checks. Good luck explaining that theft charge. Need a car loan? Banks see thief and close the door. Looking for a job? Most employers won't hire someone with theft on their record. Why would they trust you around their inventory or cash register? Applying for college or financial aid. That theft charge can disqualify you from federal funding. All of this from skip scanning at Walmart, where you're trying to save what, maybe $20, $50? The judge is trying to show him the real cost of this decision.
You want federal funding for perhaps financial aid, it's going to hurt you. So there are so many ways that this type of charge can hurt you. The first thing that you have to do is come to court. And the very first thing you didn't do was come to court. And so we issued a warrant for your arrest. So I'm just stating facts.
The very first thing I did was appear to court. That was my second hearing.
Okay. You're supposed to come back to tell us what you're doing about your lawyer situation, and you didn't come back.
Yes, sir. And
so we issued a warrant.
I apologize for not appearing on the second hearing for whatever the obstacles were. I should have been there. Also, I need to understand something here. This is, I never knew that it would be this, it would get to this point, because if you look on the cameras.
Okay, I'm not going to talk to you about the case, Mr.
Okay,
Ozonwu.
yeah, okay.
But understand,
I need a lawyer.
you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say, see what you hear, all those little clackings?
I need a lawyer.
She's typing every single thing that goes on here. What I'm saying, what you say, what happens. It's best. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. Right. So what we will do is give you time to hire a lawyer, because that's what we do in these types of situations. How old are you, Mr. Ozonwu?
I'm 28.
What do you do in life?
Right now, I am gaining the courage to go back into school, but in the meantime,
You say getting the courage to go back to school?
I have the courage, really just gaining all the resources to get back into school right now. I'm an attempted entrepreneur. I definitely really dabbled in producing as a music producer, graphic design, mainly amongst families and friends, but I plan on taking it to higher levels and everything. I have a lot of things to look forward to. I don't know why this is happening to me.
I don't know why this is happening to me. Sir, you allegedly stole from Walmart. That's exactly why this is happening to you. But what really stands out here is the language he's using to describe his life. He's getting the courage to go back to school. He's gaining resources. He's an attempted entrepreneur. He dabbles in producing. He does graphic design mainly amongst families and friends. Do you hear what's missing from all of that? Actual results. At 28 years old, he's living at home, has no job, and is describing aspirations as if they were accomplishments. The judge cuts right through it. You know exactly why this is happening to you. This isn't bad luck. This isn't the universe being unfair. This is a natural consequence of choices, including the choice to allegedly steal instead of earn. Reality check delivered.
You know exactly why this is happening to you. Okay. Now, how do you get money, Mr. Ozonwu?
As of right now, I do not work. I pick up gigs here and there, but for the most part, I help my parents at their house.
You do what?
I help my parents at home.
Doing what?
I was helping my mom with her a shoulder injury. She had messed up her rotator cuff for a while, so a few years I've just been like kind of sitting back, helping her out with everything.
A few years?
Yeah, like
so you haven't been doing anything for years.
Oh no! During that time, I was not, doing the producing thing and everything. Because you said, what do I do to make money as an employee, right?
How do you get money generally? How do you get from
producing?
Okay. How much money do you get from producing?
Sometimes I can make in a week about $300 to $500. Recording people at the studio.
Okay. And how often does that occur?
As of recently, I'm not going to say it happens as much because it's been kind of slow.
Let's do some quick math here because this is painful to watch. He says he sometimes makes $300 to $500 a week from producing, but then admits it's been kind of slow recently. So realistically, we're talking about sporadic income that probably averages out to almost nothing consistently. Meanwhile, he hasn't had a real full-time job in 4 years. He's been helping his mom with a rotator cuff for over 2 years. Now look, helping family is admirable, but let's be honest. Caring for a rotator cuff injury doesn't require round-the-clock assistance for 24-plus months. The judge sees right through this. It's not caregiving. It's an excuse to avoid responsibility. At 28, with no job, no education, and now a theft charge, this young man is watching his future options shrink by the day, and the judge is about to make that crystal clear.
You need to get a full-time job, and I am now making it a condition of your bond. When is the last time that you have had a true full-time job that you actually filled out an application, were hired, made money on a full-time basis, and actually paid taxes? Has that ever occurred?
Yes, it has, of course.
When?
I want to say about 4 years ago.
Okay. This is not a way to go through life, Mr. Ozonu, because before you know it, and before you blink the next eye, 15 years will have passed. And if you have done nothing to better yourself after 15 years, you're going to be like one of those little guys on the side of the walk, all Quasimodo looking, with no prospects, no money, begging. That's not a way to go through life. At this point in time, people are usually finishing up their school careers, getting and preparing themselves for the next 40 years of their life. Because what you do now will seriously set yourself up for 40 to 50 years from now. Because if you don't set that up, you're going to be doing nothing, trying and breaking your back and making $7 an hour. Do you understand?
Sir.
Everybody in this life has champagne wishes and caviar dreams, but they don't want to work to get it.
Champagne wishes and caviar dreams, but they don't want to work to get it. That line right there should be printed on a poster and hung in every high school in America. The judge is dropping wisdom. He's painting a picture of two possible futures. One where you put in the work now at 28. Set yourself up and have options for the next 40 to 50 years of your life. Or one where you keep floating, making excuses, and end up Quasimodo looking with no prospects, no money, begging on the side of the walk. Harsh? Absolutely. True? Without question. This is what tough love looks like from someone who has seen thousands of young people come through his courtroom. He's watched people waste their 20s and then struggle for the rest of their lives. He's trying to save this young man from that fate. The question is, will Mr. Owanu actually listen?
That's not the way to go. And I am now going to ensure and make sure that you become a productive member of the society. And if you don't, it's really not going to go well between you and I. Do you understand?
Sir.
You need to get a job, a real job, not home health care, not helping my mom with a rotator cuff for 2.5 years. Producing, it's not doing it for you. You need a real job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an application for an appointed lawyer today. I want you to fill it out for me. It's now nearly 1:10, so and all my lawyers are gone. So I don't have a lawyer to give you at this time. In the interim, I want you to start applying to at least 20 to 30 jobs to get a real, legitimate, full-time job.
Sure.
If you have done nothing, the next time you come here, it's just not going to go well between us. Do you catch my drift? The first place that, if I were you, that I would go to is Amazon. Amazon is really always wanting people, or Starbucks. Both of those companies really bend over backwards to help their employees. They start you off at around $15 to $17 an hour. I mean, that is a great starting salary. Not only that, the benefits are absolutely killer. There's no excuse for you not to have a good prospect within the next 2.5 weeks. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also, in the next time you come here, going to drug test you. If all you're doing is smoking weed and doing nothing, get ready to say it's not going to go well. Do you understand?
Understood.
One more thing. I'm going to reinstate your bond today. But as in the game of Monopoly, you will never get another get out of jail free card from this court again. So if you miss court again, I will revoke your bond, set it $5,000 to $10,000. And if you don't have anyone to pony up that money, you will be stuck like Chuck until this thing is over with.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And me, I don't let young adults plead guilty to get out of jail. Catch my drift?
Yeah.
Good. Deputy, do you mind giving her an application? I need you to sign conditions with Rachel so that you know in 2.5 weeks you're going to get tested for drugs.
And that, folks, is what a judicial intervention looks like. Let's recap what just happened. Mr. Oanu, a 28-year-old facing theft charges for skip scanning at Walmart, came to court with no lawyer, a warrant for missing his last hearing, and 4 years without a real job. The judge gave him the wake-up call of a lifetime. Here's what the court ordered. He'll get an appointed lawyer, but he must apply to 20 to 30 jobs before his next court date. The judge specifically recommended Amazon and Starbucks, companies that pay $15 to $17 per hour with solid benefits. He'll be drug tested next time he appears. And most importantly, this was his last chance, miss another court date, and his bond goes to $5,000 to $10,000. No more get out of jail free cards. The judge's final warning was perhaps the most important. I don't let young adults plead guilty just to get out of jail. He's not trying to just process a case. He's trying to change a life trajectory. If this judge's message resonated with you, smash that like button right now. Drop a comment below. What advice would you give Mr. Oanu? Share this video with someone who needs to hear this wake-up call, and subscribe for more powerful courtroom moments. We'll see you in the next one.